As far as musical talent goes, very few can hold a candle to Takura Benachonai, formerly known as Takura and now Shona Prince. I'm sorry. This is a little bit confusing. We need to get this name thing sorted out. I was going to go with Shona Prince, but then his management came with some codes that were like really confusing. So I don't really know. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be calling him Takura, okay? Which is not disrespectful because that's actually his name. So I think that's fine. Coincidentally, also a name that he used to go by. But still, his name regardless. So we're gonna call him Takura, okay? Anyway, moving on. As I was saying, Takura is very talented. As far as exportable talent goes, he's up there with Oliver Mtukudzi, Sha Prince, and Bundu Boys. The real Bundu Boys. These Bundu Boys. Not my namesake or Michael. It feels like we grew up with Takura ever since he broke into the scene as part of Soul Africa with their smash hit Rino, and then stripping it all down, reinventing himself and kicking the doors down on the Zimbabwean hip-hop scene with now classics like Zino Irema and Ma Obama. The new direction Takura had taken made us pay attention. Sonically, he was refreshing. How he approached the trap sound was different from how any other artist did it. From the vulnerability that the Strict EP offered to the arrogant and bravado that someone had to do it, Zim Hip Hop's Freshman of the Year was now firmly its MVP as well. Takura's whole presentation was refreshing. He was operating at a level many high-profile Zim Hip Hop artists weren't. His rollouts were thoughtful, shows well produced, and the image was polished. It didn't take long for Takura to endear himself to the ladies as well. The sonical versatility that someone had to do it bolstered was naturally well received, and for a while it felt like Takura was the only hip-hop artist the ladies actually liked. Collaborative releases like Relationship Goals with then super producer Young Nash further pushed this agenda to solidify a legacy defining 4-year run. It was beautiful. It's actually hard to pinpoint Takura's downfall because honestly, it feels unfair to even call it such. Takura never actually stopped making music. In fact, there is no glaring gap between releases which signify a fall-off of any sort. Releasing Star Signs in 2023 years or so after Relationship Goals, and then King of Hearts in 2023. So maybe the real fall-off was his deteriorating personal life, something strongly rumored throughout his career, which I prefer not to touch on. It is important to note, however, the emotional disconnect between Takura and his fans at the time. Despite hit songs with then upcoming, now superstar Holy 10 and the standout hit Rebirth Andina, the soul fans had come accustomed to with Takura was glaringly missing. To the surprise of many, in early 2025, Takura made a return to music under a new name, Shona Prince. He released a 14-track album named Pariah, and then 3 months later, the deluxe version with 11 new tracks. Reasons withheld as to why the name changed, but one thing was clear: this wasn't the Takura of old. Or maybe it was. The feeling was back. Shona Prince sounded rejuvenated, teeming with life and hope. From the jump, the title stood out. Pariah, meaning outcast, prompted a lot of ensuing questions. Why would someone so beloved, who had spent a large part of his career at the top of the game, suddenly feel this way? Takura had always let the music do the talking, in the literal sense. We have always been let into his personal life through the songwriting. Wearing his heart on his sleeve on records, Takura never shied away from sharing his life story. Look no further than one of his most beloved songs from the stripped EP, Negative Energy.
Would you believe if I told you that my first job was a garden boy? Would you believe nigga kuza kuti at the time that I jump aboard? That I found 100 kilometers. Messina kushika Louis Treacher. Vaya vanenda kujover. They will know exactly what I'm preaching. Quite pizza, summer season. 3 straight days, sing a feed.
In 3 minutes and 44 seconds, he has poured out how hard his life was coming up, illegally crossing borders to look for greener pastures, getting stabbed, robbed, and every other trope you can draw from Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. So in the same vein, I sought for answers in the music. The intro to Pariah, My Side, starts with a prayer.
Dear God, it's me again. I know you said you'll answer me, but when? It's wrong for me to be questioning your plan. Cause Romans 1:20 says you're him. But lately I've been struggling with faith. And lately I've had so much on my plate. And maybe I move faster than your pace. And that is why I'm always on your case.
Oh, so this is a story of repentance. Oh wait, there's regret there for lost relationships. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Takura is back to his roots. He's rebuilding. He's starting from scratch. So the general idea is established. This is the return of the wounded hero. In restoring the feeling, Takura gives a rundown of the prince we had sorely missed in the music, tapping back to his old geniuses reflected in the somber croonings of tracks like Simba.
Jesus got your back, yes, you will never lack. So she's young as a bitch. Tell the devil for that. I'm busy chasing checks, busy running your back.
Or the fun wavy bounce of Wazodai / Do You.
Wazodai, 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 wazodi. Wazanai, mano mai, veparai, narkuyani kanumbi. Let him lie, let him lie, let him lie, waganya rosi.
Pariah, both versions, in a nutshell, are R&B albums, no denying that. But the meat of the story, or in relatable terms, the bone marrow, was actually on track 7, Play Tesaza.
Made it out the gutter. Jai sabe nyore yanga iri tiki-taka. Every day time mukiroti bate basa. When you lose wines you wakapata. If you knew the things we had to do for Play Tesaza. 50 dudes trying to eat from the same platter. But we give all the glory to the Holy Father. You should just mark bata basa.
Narratively, the song in particular really details our protagonist's emotional plight and answers questions the listener may have in what exactly happened to him. How he got where he is, why he left home, and how he became the outcast he is right now. So let's go to church for a bit. The story of the prodigal son, the one who took his share of his inheritance and spent it lavishly and irresponsibly on debauchery. He's welcomed back with open arms, and the father has no questions. This song, however, expands on that story. Takura, the returning son, is not just back, but he is contrite, remorseful. The song details the conversation after the hugs have finished. True accountability for past actions, classic Takura vulnerability, which elevates the song making.
I used to think that I'm the man of the match. But don't what I'm the man with the flex. But had to learn the hard way, had to go back to crash. Had to lose it all, imagine out to tanga from scratch. Mama, you taught me love and honor. But fame ya kandi donza, kun meza fanka jona. Then I started treating my brothers like a vazivanu. I used to say some hurtful things, done this now mukanu.
Takura, Shona Prince, is on a quest for spiritual restoration. He yearns for long lost relationships, lost time, and Better Together best captures this. A man who had deserted those who held him down from the start.
Defend me whenever I on the edge. But now that you need me, I'm not on the red. Regret all the feelings and I'm gonna catch. He wasn't a deep one day on a bit.
It helps seeing how remorseful he is and takes accountability for his past actions, realizing that he was always loved regardless of his crimson red sins.
You will never think it's alright. Promise if you keep the ball rolling. I know everything that I'm owing. I know. Just as I go on this I'll take care of you from my Korea. Sarah Shandisha the Kufa Pawuri Apana. What this is our love.
Despite taking accountability and coming to some form of repentance, Pariah doesn't end on a triumphant or hopeful note, even though it may try to make you feel that way with the Let It Rain outro.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, Commander.
It'd be be easy to miss this because of the choice of instrumental that Takura goes for. A call to dance, really, almost as if it's his own rendition of Outkast's Hey Ya.
Y'all don't wanna hear me, you just don't dance.
Again, like the classic Outkast hit, it'd be easy to miss. But the first vocals, as we hear, really give it away. Takura gives out a call for help with his interpolation of a famous chorus from the song by International Apostolic Faith Mission, Jehovah Ndibatsireyo, simply meaning, Lord help me. Takura mourns the tedious journey he has taken, from fame to losing it all, from dreading the inevitable repetition of it. The song picks up, playing as an upbeat sequel to the intro at the beginning of My Side. What has started as a contrite return ends with gloomy suicidal ideations and thoughts. The Outkast is still here with us, thankfully. What had concluded the first Pariah was a dreadful end, a lingering question of whether the Outkast had given up. But as with human nature and the inevitable repetition of what the flesh wants, so is the redeeming grace of God. And Takura turns to his first love on the song, First Love.
Nice, Shona Prince.
Starting off with the voice of a lady whom I can only assume is the therapist in this story, offering guidance and holding Takura's hand and pulling him from the ledge. She pledges to help him, offering not to remind him of who he is or what exactly he's capable of doing, but more of an inward look that could help him from his self-sabotage tendencies.
So before we begin, I want you to know something. I'm not here to tell you who you are. I cannot solve your problems. What I will do is hold up a mirror. You will lead and I will follow. So whenever you're ready, we can begin.
This song isn't the ruse that Let It Rain was posing as. This is actually a triumphant return. Takura's first love is not the woman he has love for. It's not even his daughter. It's whom he credits for his inception. He turns to the one who loved and foreknew him before the foundations of the world.
When I think about the times you came through for me, used to love money. I don't fear the devil cause the devil ain't got nothing on me. You got a whole arm.
The confidence and swagger we had always associated with Takura is back again. As imperfect as he is, he's rejuvenated, as perfectly captured in the song Singing in the Crowd.
I'm the hottest little baddie and I'm trending in the city right now. I'm the one who got you sitting in the crowd and you're singing like wow.
Yeah, I'm the one that they be hating on the gram, but the shows are selling out. Yeah, I'm the one that's never waiting for applause cause I know my mama proud.
The therapist is back on the song Chipo, as Takura reflects on a girl who can be described as the one that got away. He deeply thinks of her, but he's not mourning. He reflects on the love he once got a taste of, but chooses to cherish the memory. The nostalgia is a sweet and beautiful pain.
You've spoken of her before, Chipo.
Yeah.
So tell me, when the quiet comes, when the grief creeps in through the corners of your day, how have you managed to hold her absence?
You the only girl in the world, I know God I didn't get it. Who can detain me great time? I say I'll never ever relocate for love. I see who can detain great time.
The beauty of Pariah Deluxe is, apart from it being arguably Takura's best body of work, is that it plays out like his final form. The pupa is now a butterfly, the phoenix from the ashes. He's dealing with his deep-rooted issues of self-love and insecurity, particularly how he has to navigate with the fame and attention that comes with it. Takura addresses the issue of women as a vice and constant snare in his life in the song CTL.
Plenty girls in the world, some of them wanna twerk, but they grind on me. Never cross that line, I'm never crossing over that line. Many men wanna spend, cover pay your rent, but depends on you. Never cross that line, you should've never crossed that line.
Takura is exhibiting levels of maturity he necessarily hasn't in past releases. He's self-aware of what the roads lead to. He has the map imprinted in his mind and now makes intentional effort to avoid taking the wrong turns. Even his whole approach to pursuing love has changed. For someone who has lived most of his life as a heartthrob for most women, he shows an uncanny awareness of how easy it is to fall into the deceitful nature of the heart. Our desires may not necessarily be healthy for what we need. He urges us and himself not to fall prey into relational twinklings that have become normalized in the modern dating scene.
Never cross that line, you should've never crossed that line. Tanga watu nundida, usangi tu nundida, kana jiri jenema. Daga viri la kupa, moyo wangu kunewa, mano viri la funga. Yeah, if it's really what you want, then I need it what you want it, shawty, I'm here.
In this newfound appreciation of life, even Takura's approach to death and grief has changed. He's accepting what he can't control. And as I said earlier, he had always been vulnerable in his music. There's no trace of a woe is me, self-pityness here. This is a man reborn, taking on the lemons thrown at him head on. He mourns, but also he hasn't lost his ability to count his blessings.
Ndiwadza moyo ndikachifunga ngati ndine banga moyo nendachunga sodzi andachema nogona kuzadza gungwa pana yekutamba tongoramba takasunga asi upenya tizinjuga kune mumwe mwana sinakumbezere kufuga umwe vane gora sinambomwati ine shuga hama dzake dzeso dzambuka.
Remember when I say it is really hard to pinpoint how Takura's fall off came to be? Takura wants us to know him fully, and in closing out this LP, he expands on Plate Salsa from the first Pariah on the Deluxe's closer, No Regrets.
Fame is something else, huh? The rise, the rush, the access, the chaos. And if people really knew the full picture, what would you want them to understand?
The therapist is back and sets the tone, asking him to really let the listener in on what the allure of fame created for this very outcast. Takura admits he's fallible, women and alcohol being the chief ingredients of the notoriety he let consume him. Pride comes before the fall, as with most greats, and Takura was no exception.
Let me tell you about it, blase, but highly uneducated, was gifted and dedicated, so hungry and motivated, came into the game then Zara, he hustled until he made it, toured the world, named 5 songs from an EP that he created, could have been one of the greatest, but his head got inflated, couldn't handle the attention, and started chasing the ladies, Wahala always faded, the truth is he's overrated, a piner, yeah, 12 years down the drain, that brother worked for Mahala.
And the hook confirms what we've been wondering throughout both these LPs. Now that he has lost everything and starting from scratch, does he regret it? Well, in his words, he'll be lying if he says he doesn't.
I've been lying if I say I got no regrets. I was young, I made a lot of mistakes, and like DVD, you get no replay. God knows I really tried.
Now, I do not know what the future holds for Takura. While this heartfelt musical mural is welcome, I can only hope he continues turning back to his first love, renewing his spirit and will. I can only hope that he knows that there is a home and haven for all outcasts. We love you, Takura.